Hello and welcome to the Sands of Time review channel. It is your host Sammy Thunder once again here with another episode of Watch Express. Today I'm here to discuss some of the new releases from Longines and Swatch that have greatly piqued my curiosity, and I think this is a home run release from the brand Longines. I'm extremely happy about this release and I'm considering it myself, and it is part of the Spirit collection, and we have the new Longines Spirit Zulu time. Zulu pretty much stands for Greenwich Mean Time, used in military application. It just allows you to determine the time zones in different areas. You'd reference to a Greenwich Mean Time. So that's what we have here. We have a collection that features a GMT functionality, and these GMTs ideally should be able to tell you 3 time zones. So one's your home time and then another time zone, and then you have that bi-directional, so two-way rotating bezel with the 24 hours scale there. And obviously with this you see a black dial, a matte black version with the black ceramic bezel, a green ceramic bezel version with a black dial. I think this is probably a glossy black dial with gold indices. And then again we have a blue dial, blue ceramic bezel with a nice sunburst dial, and obviously you get this with your bracelet option or a strap option. So I kind of wanted to go through this website. It's really good. It kind of details the history, and Longines is a brand, very old brand. It stems from 1832, Swiss made product obviously, and I personally I've experienced the Longines Spirit collection in the flesh, in the metal. I can tell you that the quality of the case is extremely well done. The dial details are extremely well done. Within the dial I cannot find any flaw. It's done to perfection. The quality of this watch is there. You can look at how they've done the hand stacking. It's just perfect. Really, there are so many brands that would have just probably messed this up itself, but this is just perfect, man. Excellent GMT hand there, clear visibility. You have the gilt dials, gilt indices over here. You got the date at 6 o'clock, which is excellent. They used to make a mistake with having the date at 3. That would cut off the 3 o'clock indice or marker. But yeah, I think Longines has learned their lessons, and you do see the 5 stars there. This is not an Amazon 5-star review. This is actually telling you that this is a very high quality watch, and it meets the chronometer standards. It meets the specifications needed, and obviously you have the hourglass winged logo from Longines, which is something I appreciate. Now, I mean, going through this, there's a little bit of history. I urge everyone to kind of go through this, but I really like this because they show you, for 4,500 Australian dollars, you're getting a high quality bracelet that you can easily remove. So they're giving you features for a watch that you'd see on premium watches at this price point. Is just, it really is excellent. You're getting a chronometer GMT movement as well, applied indices that are lume filled evenly. I only have praise for the brand, and the quality of this case is excellent. I've seen the Longines Spirit collection before, and look, when I picked up an IWC Mark 18, I didn't know what to choose. Do you pick an IWC Mark 18 because it's an IWC, or do you pick a Longines because it's boasting so much value at that price? It really was a tough choice. But I still have Longines in my mind, especially this watch. That case quality, that beveled edge, that is done to exquisite standard. That is very, very high polish, and I cannot tell the difference between their beveling to what I'd see with the Grand Seiko, for example. The quality on the Longines Spirit is excellent, and a lot of people probably shove this brand away because you can probably get it, at stores or authorized dealers that sell some of the typical cheaper watches out there, let's say from Seiko, or let's say from the affordable Swiss brands with Tissot, Mito. This brand here has a lot of heritage it used to be the Rolex back in the day. These guys had excellent in-house manufacture movements as well, but what happened during that time to now is, you know, they're part of the Swatch Group, and Swatch Group decided to position them to a mid-tier luxury brand, and hence, you know, yeah, they use the ETA movements. They don't produce in-house movements as such, but the ETA at least is very in-house to this brand in particular, because they've done some modifications to the movement, you know, by adding the silicon balance spring, by having cost certification, by increasing the power reserve, and modifying the movement. So, you know, Longines, a lot of people could look at Longines as the lion without tooth or teeth, but I think with this release here, I really think whoever's doing these releases for Longines for the past 1 or 2 years, I think, you know, you are just making the brand better and better. I mean, this brand is excellent, and you can tell just by the small details on this watch. You can look at the crown, and this is with the standard Longines heritage line, not the heritage line, the spirit line. You can look at the crown of the watch. It's done, if I can get the picture up, even that, you have that frosted finishing. This watch reams quality. When you pick it up, you're picking something with quality up. It's not, oh yeah, I'm picking another mid-tier Swiss brand. This thing boasts a lot. Look at the applied indices. It's just done extremely well, and I really like this gold, this gilt dial version in particular with that green bezel. And obviously what you're getting here is GMT function, the L844.4 movement, which features 72-hour power reserve. Obviously they cut down the beat rate. I think it's around the 2100-500 beat per hour, and we can have a quick check. Hopefully they do provide that movement specification. It's 25,200 vibrations per hour. So just a little bit. They've cut down the beat rate a bit, but they've managed to give you 72-hour power reserve and a chronometer movement with the GMT function. I've only got praise for the brand. It's just excellent. So that here is the Zulu time. They've done such a good job with the website as well, and you can see that the 24 numeral there, or 24-hour marker, is actually loomed as well. So that is just excellent. They're thinking about the the user in mind. This is a true GMT watch, and this buckle here is excellent. You can look at that the micro adjustment system that they have on the leather strap, and this is actually, I do prefer it on the leather strap because of this micro adjustment system that they have. This clasp is of excellent quality. Hopefully I get more information on that. Yeah, the pictures there, yep, don't think they have much on that, but that there, I think once I have my hands on it, I'll do a much better review. But you know, we're getting a watch with great history. 42 mils stainless steel, a case of watch, and you're featuring anti-reflective coating on the underside and the top side of the crystal, so extremely legible. These are some of the subtle details that other brands miss out on, and Longines just does it extremely well. So there we go. I mean, this is the Longines. I think this is the best GMT watch you can get at the moment for under $5,000. I think a watch that's very similar to this is actually the Tag Heuer Altavia, and that's what I have here to show you guys, that this is also a COSC certified movement that's inside. Again, this is no in-house movement from Tag. This is just a COSC certified. I believe there's a Solida inside of this, and you obviously have a GMT bezel, and you have, dual tone there, blue dial. I mean, very similar to the blue dial version of the Longines. A nice sunburst style like the blue dial version. Not sure if it's a screw down crown, but you have a more pronounced dome there. So it's a box sapphire crystal, whereas on the Longines it's just you just got the dome. So we'll just quickly have a look at the movement. They've called it caliber 7, EDA 50 hours, 28,800. So I think that's based on Salida or an EDA movement, but I think the quality that you get from the Longines, I mean, you're paying 6,100 for the tag, but for the Longines, I mean, you're paying, 4,400 retail on the strap, which I personally would get it on because of that clasp system. They've designed it really well, or on the bracelet here, which is good. I just prefer the clasp. I'd prefer the clasp system with the leather strap. But $4,400, and you're most likely going to get a 22% off. I mean, this is just excellent value for money. It's just an excellent watch. You're getting that quick adjust system. You're getting quick strap removal systems. You're getting what you get from very premium brands. And I think this is a home run release. This is an excellent release from the brand. This is a watch that I will have on my radar of getting. I think this blue one in particular looks beautiful, but I think this green one here with the gilt dial is just sublime. 13.9 mils thick. I think this could potentially be the only con, because when we look at some of the best GMTs on the market, you have the Rolex Pepsi GMT, which is fairly thin. So I mean, that's probably where I think this watch is probably cut down on. They haven't been able to get the right thickness, but I think even at 13.9, that's fine. I mean, I used to own a Grand Seiko GMT that had a 13.9 mil thickness, and it was barely noticeable. And knowing this, this is a screw-in crown, 100 meters of water resistance, sporty option. I think this is perfectly fine. Applied Arabic numerals. This is something. I think this is just a home run. So this is a watch that I really appreciate. I think these are worth it. I think the Spirit line in general is good, but there are some things about the normal three-handers that I've dislike in some of them, especially the placement of date window. But here they've just home run release, excellent. So that's just my thoughts on these new Longines. Do let me know down in the comments below what you think of those as well. And now I just wanted to talk about the new Swatch releases. I think so Omega had done a collaboration with Swatch. I mean, a lot of people thought this was kind of like a troll or an April Fool's joke. It's not April yet, so it's not April Fool's joke, and it's going to be released on the 26th of March, and it's only available in selected Swatch stores. So I think these watches are going to be a little bit hyped up. I think there could, I don't know if this is how the supply and demand will be for this watch, but there's multiple options for you based on all the different planets and satellites that there are. And just to go through them, these are actually made from bio-ceramic, so this is kind of like plastic mixed in with a little bit of ceramic, and they've kind of made that fusion. So I'd really like to feel this in person. I don't know, with the ceramic, how scratch resistant this is going to be. I assume it is going to be a bit scratch resistant because you're fusing the two together. I think the plastic, it's pretty cool because with ceramic, right? Ceramic is something that will shatter, but it's very hard to scratch. Whereas plastic has that toughness to it. It's not gonna, deform, or be brittle. So you're kind of mixing the best of both worlds. So I think I honestly don't know what it is. At the end of the day, I probably just think this is some form of plastic, even though it says bio-ceramic. I can only tell when someone has. I have actually physically dealt with the watch, but if there is anyone in the comments below, do put in your feedback down there. So we have the Sun one. So we have a Sun, we have a Mercury. So this is got the black. I think the Mercury does look pretty cool. The Sun has the sunburst effect, very unique sunburst effect. White bezel, nice Velcro strap, Omega logo. That Swatch logo is actually on the crystal, as I've heard. There's a lot to it in design cues. You have those dots, on top of the numerals. These are Speedmaster cues. So in terms of design, they've done an excellent job. You got something for the females with the Venus one. You've got, Mission on Earth, you got that mint green with the blue. You have the traditional moonwatch, so you kind of have these are meant to mimic the texture of the planet, obviously, but very similar to the moonwatch. Obviously, it has the traditional Swatch chronograph layout, so it's not mimicking an exact Speedmaster, but it's mimicking the Swatch chronograph module, quartz module. So that's there. The Mars here is an excellent release because, you know, you have these markers. I mean, Mission to Mars, this is based on the Alaska project, and Omega has actually released the giant watch for the Alaska project from their brand, and they've kind of mimicked those design cues here with the subdials that are here and here. So you kind of have that thick hands there. I think that just helps differentiate, you know, when you're doing something, you know, some task, and you need to look at the watch. This allows you to accurately see or mark that timing. And then again, we have the Jupiter one. This here is kind of my personal favorite because I really like the orange accents here. So they've put some thought into the watch, and I kind of like that desert look to it. It's very, I like it because I actually like the IWC Desert Mojave, and they have a ceramic case that features this kind of color, and I do appreciate it. I actually like the satin one as well. It's quite similar, and you know, you've got that cue to the satin rings, which is pretty cool. This here in turquoise blue, don't want to say Tiffany blue, it's not. It's just a nice blue dial. I think this here is an excellent home run release. This is my second favorite. So my first favorite would be the Jupiter, and then I would go with Uranus. I think the Neptune's pretty cool as well. I actually like the deep blue dial there, but I own a lot of blue dials. And then we have the Pluto dwarf planet here, which looks pretty nice as well. So I mean, I think this release is excellent. This allows people to get into the brand of Omega through a Swatch. You know, they're part of the Swatch group, which is fine. And the cool thing about this release is, you know, allows people to get into the hobby and experience a design of such an iconic watch in the Speedmaster without having to consider fake watches or homages. This thing has the bloody Omega logo on it. What are the snobs gonna say? You know, a lot of people might say, oh, does this devalue the brand? I mean, the Speedmaster is the Speedmaster. The people who know it, alright? This will just popularize the brand, you know. And for $380 with the quartz chronograph movement, the accuracy is there, the functionality is there. It's more like, you know, there was a saying where I think the Swatch Group sent in 500 of their quartz chronograph watches for a COSC test for quartz specifications, and it came out that 90% of those watches actually met the standard. You know, these aren't even joke watches, right? Like, oh, you know, some people might say, oh, Swatch, the fun watch, the second watch. Yeah, I know it's a second watch, but this is a perfectly functioning timepiece. It's perfect how it is, and I think this is excellent. You're getting the Speedmaster case design. You're getting the twisted lugs. Should be happy. I'm very happy with what I'm getting. Obviously, you don't really get the water resistance there, but I mean, I'm not really going to be taking this to water. It would have been good if they had 100 meters of water resistant, but we have 3 bar. You do get the Velcro strap, which is, you know, what someone on a mission would be wearing. Bioceramic case. Then you got the quartz movement. They don't really tell you much about it. You also have superluminova. You have that high domed crystal. I'm not sure if that is sapphire or an acrylic or a mineral. They don't really specify, but I mean, you just have options, and it's just, I think it's worth owning, honestly. So you do get something like this for $380. Where some people can look at different brands is with Bulliver, the Bulliver Moonwatch. You can, for a similar price, get the Bulliver Moonwatch, which is a bigger watch. Also gone to the moon. Also has a lot of heritage, that brand. And you know, and you can get it for a similar price, and you do get a very high accuracy movement in there, probably much more robust, but you're getting something here that's signed Omega as well, has the design traits. It's just cool. It's something I do want to get. Actually, I want to get one of these in. So yeah, those are my thoughts on these new releases. Let me know down below what you think of these. And yeah, I mean, hope you have a good one. Thanks for watching.